Welcome to Lesson 6 of Unit 5, Birds, Beaks, and Babies. In the final lesson of Unit 5, students will work to answer the question, how can we design a nest that will hold eggs? They will revisit the engineering design challenge of creating a bird's nest out of natural materials. Students figure out that engineers ask questions, research, test, and redesign. In the Engage, begin by having students take out the engineering design cycle on student page 3. Remind them of the challenge of making bird nests early in the unit, explaining that today they will have another opportunity to build nests now that they have learned a few things about birds and the challenges that birds have. Ask them what a nest must be able to do and take student responses. Be sure students understand a nest must be able to be strong and hold eggs and hold birds. Identify this as the need or problem to solve within the engineering design cycle. Next, remind students of the Blue Jay videos they have observed throughout the unit. Ask students to describe what was happening in the second video they watched now that they have gone through the whole unit. They should be able to explain in their own words that the birds were changing their environment and building a nest to help their babies survive. Ask students to describe the materials the birds used and how they formed the nest, then explain that this is the next step in our engineering design cycle, researching our design. Remind students that they have already done much of the research in Lesson 1 when they researched the different kinds of nests birds make. You can revisit birds, nests, and eggs to refresh their memories. Refer students to the Nest Design Challenge rubric shown here on student page 19, explaining that they can check off each part of the rubric as they perform their design challenge. Talk to students about boundaries and guidelines they will follow to make their nests, such as using only the materials that are supplied, just like birds can only use materials they find in their environment, and that it must hold 3 eggs, or marbles, without falling apart. For an added challenge, nests can hold bird models from Lesson 5, or hold something even heavier from your classroom. In the Explore, ask the class, what would be an idea for a nest? How can I brainstorm some ideas and choose the best one? Model brainstorming with the whole group and then set students to work, either individually or in teams, to choose the best ideas and design their nests by drawing pictures on the Nest Design Challenge sheet, student page 20. To aid in the brainstorming of ideas, refer to the bird nest poster and the book, Birds, Nests, and Eggs. Consider having students get their designs approved by the teacher before starting to build. In the Explain portion of the lesson, once students have an appropriate plan, allow them to construct their prototype. The best way to test the nests is to set up 3 rulers in a triangle shape on top of 2 stacks of books so that students can mimic how a bird nest must sit in a tree. You might make 6 stations of this ruler setup so that each group can test, or you may want to have one setup in the front of the classroom that each group will rotate through. Give each student the same type and amount of materials, 3 marbles, to place into their nests as they test and evaluate their prototype. Allow students to record their results on Nest Design Challenge, student page 20. In the Elaborate, give students time to view nests built by other groups, asking them, based on your test and what you've seen your classmates do, would you change anything about your nest? How would you know if one nest was able to hold eggs or birds better than another nest? Give them more time to work in their groups, handing out more materials if necessary, so that students can attempt to redesign their nests. Finally, evaluate students according to the Nest Design Challenge rubric, student page 19. A teacher version of the same rubric is found on teacher page 10. Discuss with students how these nests would function in helping protect baby birds. Have them record their ideas on Nest Design Challenge, student page 20. Students should note that the nests would help protect the baby birds from predators. By the end of this lesson, students will collaboratively design a bird nest using the engineering design cycle.